Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brainbean here again, and today we're going to do a little bit of a comparison video. Now, what I have in front of me is both of Razer's RGB cloth mouse mats. We have the Razer Firefly Cloth Edition and the new Razer Goliathus Chroma. Now, I thought it would be cool because they both kind of seem similar to kind of delve into it and see what the real differences are. Because if it's somebody looking from the outside trying to figure out which RGB cloth mouse mat to get, they may seem kind of similar when looking at them online, but there's actually quite a few differences between them. So I want to start with the first most obvious differences. Now when you look at them size-wise, they're actually about the same. Now there are a couple of differences in the construction that you'll probably notice right off the bat. If you look at the front of both mouse mats, where they actually connect into the computer, they both have a little bit of plastic hub to them. And the Goliathus has it off to the left side, where the Firefly has it right in the middle. Now I like the placement on the Goliathus a little bit more because when you're playing with your mouse, if you move up too far forward, if you keep your mouse more in the center of the mat, you're less likely to hit and bump into that, which is going to be a little bit distracting. It might throw you off your game a little bit. Whereas the Firefly, it's right there in the middle of the mouse pad, so you tend to bump into it a little bit more than you would with the Goliathus. Now another big difference between the two is while they both have the same feeling cloth surface, the Goliathus actually is a proper cloth mouse mat. You can actually roll it up. It's nice and soft, and you can move it around like that. Whereas the Firefly is still a hard mouse mat with just a cloth textured surface. Another difference is that the Firefly has an illuminated Razer logo in the top right corner. Now this logo is not embossed into the material like it is with the hard version, and that's just because it's the cloth surface, so you can't really have LEDs coming through it like you could with the hard material. Now it raises up a little bit, which makes it so that if you glide your mouse over it, it's gonna feel bumpy and you're gonna notice that change in texture. Now that's probably not gonna happen because where it is all the way up in the top right corner, but it's still something to be mindful of. Another cool thing that the Goliathus has is that up in the top where it connects to that little hub there, it does have a little bit of a spot to attach your cable for your mouse to it. Now this won't work exactly like a mouse bungee, but it will help keep your cables in order, and it will still kind of give you a little bit of that mouse bungee effect, but not nearly as much as if you had a proper mouse bungee. Now onto the real reason that we're looking at these mouse mats, and that is the difference between the RGB lighting, because like I said, they're both Chroma enabled, but there is some pretty big differences to the lighting. Now if you look at the Goliathus, you can see that it's pretty much made up of a single LED light pipe that goes all the way around the mouse pad. Now you can see that lighting from looking straight at it from the top or sides or anywhere, whereas the Firefly gives you more of that underglow effect. And so looking directly at the mouse pad from the top down, you're not really gonna see the lights like you do with the Goliathus. Now there are some differences as far as what you can actually do with the RGB as well. On the Goliathus, you're pretty much limited to single effects. So you can have reactive effect, you can have static, you can have spectrum cycling, and breathing. Other than that though, that's pretty much what you're limited. It won't have that kind of wave effect that we're used to seeing from the Firefly where the rainbow kind of goes all the way around. Now with Synapse 3, the Firefly mouse pads have 15 distinct lighting zones that you can change independently. You can also layer effects on them. And the Firefly also has access to more of the kind of classic Razer effects like starlight, the fire effect, the wave effect. All of these are available on the Firefly. So there's definitely some distinct differences between the lighting. You get a little bit more of the flashy effects from the Firefly Cloth Edition, but the Goliathus is going to give you more ambient lighting all around and kind of pop a little bit more on your desk. The price difference between these two mouse pads is only about $6 difference. The Goliathus is $39.99, whereas the Firefly Cloth Edition is about $46.99 depending on how you find it on Amazon. They both have a non-stick grippy surface on the underside. Now I think the Firefly is probably less likely to move around on you because that Goliathus isn't rigid like the Firefly is, so you may have some issues where it will kind of curve up on you, that sort of thing. But overall, guys, that's pretty much it for the differences. I wanted to try to make this video short and sweet for you and just kind of cover the important differences between the two mouse pads if you're looking at making a purchase. But anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, click that like button and be sure to let me know in the comments which one of these cloth mouse mats you guys like the best. Also, if you enjoyed the video, I'd love to see you click that subscribe button and stick around, as I've got a lot more videos coming for you in the near future. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.